In my house, orange juice was a breakfast staple growing up. And whether I was buying Tropicana or store brand orange juice, I was always under the impression that it was actually squeezed from oranges and then poured into cartons. Oh, how wrong I was. Commercial orange juice, even the not from concentrate, all natural stuff, is a far cry from what I consider natural. Naturally, orange juice deteriorates quite quickly and thus has a very short shelf life. To increase the shelf life, all the oxygen is extracted from the orange juice, which subsequently removes all the orange flavor. So companies dump what are basically orange flavor packets back into the mixture and then call it orange juice. Imagine little ketchup packets that are filled with this concentrated orange flavoring. They're not technically artificial, so they don't have to be labeled as artificially flavored. Like condiment packets, flavor packets also have to go to landfill. But the more I uncovered, the worse it got. I found out that Tropicana, Minute Maid, and Florida's Natural were all created in the same lab as Dior and Calvin Klein perfume. Tropicana is owned by Pepsi, and Simply Orange was actually purchased by Coca-Cola. For the record, Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, and Nestle are considered to be the world's biggest plastic polluters. Some stores do offer fresh squeezed orange juice, like Whole Foods, but it's usually packaged in plastic. And understandably, juicing our own oranges isn't always an option. Oranges can be really expensive, and even if you have an orange tree like I do, juicing them isn't always feasible. But orange juice has become synonymous with the complete breakfast. And unfortunately, that has resulted in a lot of single-use plastics, like big plastic cartons, little to-go bottles, and juice boxes with plastic straws wrapped in plastic. So what can we do to get our mad C's? Juicing them isn't always possible every single day. It takes about 3 oranges and 5 minutes for me to juice about 1 cup's worth of orange juice. And they're not always in season. So my tip is to wait for oranges, or any other citrus fruit that you likey drinky, to go on sale. Then buy a bunch and juice it at home yourself. And personally, I'd rather spend an hour juicing a ton of oranges that will last me a season than juice a couple every day and then risk having some spoil before I get to consume them. I found this awesome wooden citrus reamer at a thrift store for 75 cents. But as you can see, it can be a little bit messy. So I try to juice the oranges over a wide mixing bowl to collect any juice without the risk of too much splashing. And whatever I don't think I'm going to be able to drink within the next few days, I just put into mason jars, giving about an inch of space from the top, and then I freeze them. Once frozen, I'll seal the mason jars, and this kind of minimizes any risk of orange juice explosions, because orange juice will expand as it freezes. Did you know that you could make your own vitamin C powder just from orange peels? It's easy. Wash the oranges, peel them, eat the orange, then dry the peels. You can use an oven, you could use a dehydrator, or just air dry them in a sunny spot on your counter. Once fully dry and crispy, use a blender, food processor, or even a coffee grinder and process the peels until it turns into powder. This is going to make your kitchen smell so good, by the way, like a powderized creamsicle. Oh my god! Then pack the orange powder into an airtight jar, leaving as little room as possible. So basically you want to fit it in the smallest jar you can find. The idea behind this being that the less oxygen the powder is exposed to, the longer it will stay fresh. It smells amazing, but it tastes pretty bitter, like an orange peel. But when I mix it into smoothies, it tastes great, like super fresh oranges. This is my favorite way to use orange peels. And as you can see, just a few oranges makes a pretty decent amount of powder. So, if I need another use for orange peels, I might toss them into my vinegar cleaning solution, which gives it a nice citrusy fragrance. But no matter what, I never toss the orange peels into my trash. Orange peels are perfectly suited for backyard composting, so I just toss them into my compost pile and call it a day. Once decomposed, I use that nutrient-rich compost in my garden and for the orange tree, where it consumes its own matter, just like in the Matrix.